Hey Dabbers, and welcome back to another Dab 2000 video. And yes, I am doing another movie ranking. And you might see these for the next couple weeks of rankings on my channels, just because I have some rankings to do. So today I'm going to do, you probably saw the thumbnail, a Home Alone ranking. Now, I have never done a Home Alone ranking on my channel ever, and this is my first time doing a Home Alone ranking. I got my good old green screen, as you can see, and I'm excited because the new Home Sweet Home Alone came out on Disney Plus, and I watched it, and I was like, you know what? I've never done a Home Alone ranking on my channel, so let's do it. So, we are just going to dive right into this at number 6, because there's 6 movies, not just 2. There's 6 of them. Coming in at number 6 is Home Alone 4. Where do we begin on this film? This film wasn't the best because, like, they used Kevin again, but it wasn't Kevin. It was like this weird kid that was supposed to be Kevin, but it really wasn't. And then Buzz was in it, and then one of the sisters, I believe, was in it. It was just a weird film, and then, like, the dad gets divorced from the mom, and then he has this big mansion now. Like, it made no sense whatsoever. The robbers weren't that good either. Like, it was like Marv, I think, no, or, yeah, it was Marv. It was supposed to be Marv and his girlfriend. Like, what? What just happened there? It was not that good. And I just don't think there was that much pranks. There wasn't that much pranks in this movie. Like, Home Alone has the final act where all the pranks come together. This one did not have the best pranks. It barely even had any pranks at the end. So this is at my number 6, the bottom. Alright, coming in at number 5, we have Home Alone 5. Now, fun fact for you guys, Home Alone 5 I literally just watched last week. That was my very first time ever watching Home Alone 5. And I don't like it. I don't understand. Like, it wasn't anyone we knew. Like, you know, it's fine that we didn't know him, but still. It was like, he was afraid of monsters. The kid was afraid of monsters, not the robbers. The whole film, that was basically it. He was scared of them, and then when he sees the robbers, he sets up the pranks. At least this one had good pranks instead of the last film on here. This film had a good pranks, but it didn't feel like a Home Alone movie. Like, they moved to this different house, and what? And they're supposed to, like, do all their Christmas stuff there. It was just a weird film, and it just didn't really feel like a Home Alone film to me. It feels like a knockoff. Alright, coming in at number 4, we have Home Sweet Home Alone. Now, this is the new one that just came out on Disney Plus on Disney Plus Day. And like I predicted, it wasn't as good as the first 2 Home Alone films. It was just alright. I mean, the kid, like, it wasn't even about the kid. Like, at least Home Alone 4 was about the kid. This one is based off the robbers, and when the pranks do happen, even though the pranks are good in this movie, you don't want them to get hurt, because they're your main characters. The kid is like the side character of his own film. And, like, again, this one had a big mansion. They tried to do the best they could with this Home Alone film. Did not work. The robbers and the kid become friends. What? Like, at least, like, the bottom ones, the last 2, they were actually enemies and not friends. This one, they just become friends. I didn't know what they were thinking about this Home Alone film, but it was not a good Home Alone film. Alright, we're moving into our top 3. And at number 3, we have Home Alone 3. Now, I liked Home Alone 3. It was fine. The kid is kind of, how can I say this? The kid is like a dork. he sees a police officer and then calls the police. Kevin never called the police until the very end of the film when, like, he wanted to capture the robbers. But, like, oh, hello. Are you trying to rob me? Yeah? I wonder. Junior? Hey, yo, Junior!
You do not know me.
Is this a taser? And there goes that robber. I guess he broke in my house. There. Yeah, that was unexpected, Dabbers. Alright, but this Home Alone film is basically a spy film. I'll say that. It's like a spy film. Because, like, the robbers are basically spies looking for this spy chip. So it's basically a spy movie. I don't hate it as much as other people do. I think it's just a fine Home Alone movie. Not the best of, like, the top two. But this one is a pretty decent Home Alone film. It's on Disney Plus, too. Like the number 4. But, you know, it was an alright film. Alright, coming in at number 2, we have Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it's called that. So, this is like a direct sequel to the first movie. Like, this is like how you do another Home Alone film. You just take the house setting and move it into New York City. And basically you have the same film, but in a different place. And it's in a hotel, and it's funny. Like, the pranks were even good. They were good, too. Like, as good as the first one, because, like, they found a way to bring this old apartment and do pranks in there. So that was pretty good. And I like how the setting's in New York, and Kevin is trying to make his way around. And the parents... Me and Junior said this. Junior? Come here, Junior. Me and Junior said this, like, the mom isn't as worried about Kevin. Like, the first one, she was so worried about Kevin. This one, they're like, we don't know where he is. We'll find him. And he's like, oh. She's like, oh, okay. Wait. I was like, yeah, they're not. Oh. Junior? Junior. We can talk about things, Junior. 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 We can talk about things. Alright, at number 1, you guys probably guessed it. It's Home Alone 1, the one that started it all. This is the best Home Alone film. You can't beat the first one. If you guys have not seen Home Alone 1, then first of all, what are you doing? Go watch Home Alone 1. And second, it is amazing film. I love this film. I watched this when I was a little kid and I loved it. I like everything about this film. Even if it's Kevin trying to look out for his home, the pranks, the robbers, Harry and Marv are like the most funniest characters in that movie. Then you have like the mom getting home, them in like the airplane scene. Everything about this film is amazing. And this is why it's number 1. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe, because we are at 33 subscribers, and that's pretty amazing. So thank you guys. And I'll check you guys on another Dow 2000 and another ranking, because there's a lot more rankings to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. We're home alone. Set the prank, set the prank,